As your opponent tries to create separation, hang on tight and sit up with him. Isolate the arm, secure your wrist and his, collapse his base, get sideways, and force his wrist to the ground for the tap. Notice your opponent's hands on the ground. Hang on tight and ride with him. Make sure you grab your wrist and his wrist at the same time. Square your hips up to the sky and pushing off your feet, raise your hips and collapse his base. Get sideways and finish. If your opponent is just hanging out on top of the fight and not doing much, you can cross your feet higher on his back, stand your legs and push his head underneath your arm, which will allow you to sit up and lace his arm and do everything the same as before. We call this the force variation. Pinching your knees, extend your legs and deflect his head. Get your arm over, get sideways and sit up on your elbow. Lace his arm, collapse his base, get sideways and making sure his arm is 90 degrees, finish him. An athletic opponent might try to escape by somersaulting over his shoulder. To stop it, trap his leg with your foot, get sideways and then cross your feet to secure the position. If your opponent is smart enough to hide his arm, you can sit up on your hand, raise your hips and sweep him with the guard turnover. This sweep, in combination with the Kimura, makes for a great combo. If you cannot find your opponent's wrist, trap his arm against your body, sit up on your hand and raise your hips as high as possible for the guard turnover to be most effective.